But before we even get into this conversation, how you doing, man? How's life?
I mean, things have, I guess, done a complete 180, but man, life is great. I enjoy everything now. I have fallen back in love with myself. I've fallen in love with outside and traveling and foods and just everything is great. I have no complaints.
How do someone fall out of love with themselves?
I've I never learned how to love myself as a kid. I always criticized myself, and I wasn't, I didn't grow up in a family that really showed affection. I grew up in a broken home. Just for me, those are small things that I can fix on the outside for me to be more comfortable on the inside.
Right.
And that's my way of falling back in love with myself or falling in love with myself.
Did you always want to be a police officer, or
Absolutely not.
prior to this situation?
Absolutely not. I actually worked in the medical field, and I always grew up saying that I was going to be a Navy nurse.
When you saw this video on social media, what was your reaction?
Immediately, it was she was having a mental episode. My first instinct was psychosis. Just the way that she was accusing him of taking documents, taking a computer. I heard, just you can tell. Okay, you can tell the difference between a drug addict or a typical Karen, as they call it,
Right.
and somebody having mental issues. And clearly, this woman is having a mental breakdown.
Sleeping,
Bro, I don't.
with a 4-year-old child in our bed.
How could I do
And
that?
come and sneak into my file folder. So organized.
What are you talking
And
about?
you have replaced them. No.
I don't have.
I am
any
not going to
phones.
leave until you put them
Bro.
in my hand.
I don't have
right
any
now.
phones, bro.
Call 911.
I can't diagnose her by watching a video, but that's just my intake, and that's how I would have came on scene. But a lot of times, when us as officers, when we get dispatched to calls, especially a call like these, it's okay, is there any history at this residence? And it instantly flags of, yes, we've had these issues.
I want my baby.
Where's the blood coming from?
I have no idea. She's probably standing up. She broke this, so she probably stepped on it.
I want my baby.
Yeah. Oh, it came out of her hand. It's her hand. It's her hand. It's her hand.
Okay.
Stop it all listening to me. Is this recording? I hope this is recording.
Hey,
because I don't. I'm asking for Ray Gonzalez. Attorney Ray Gonzalez.
Yeah.
In Tampa, Florida. Attorney Ray Gonzalez. In Tampa, Florida. Please. I need him right now. Or you're breaking the law.
I'm not feeling any of that. All right. Let me give you my take. All right. Let me just give you my take. This should have ended a long time ago. The fact that he's got his phone out telling her, you should have thought about this before you enter my home. When she said no, right? I think she kind of realized what's going on. And when she starts screaming for her kid, the recording should have stopped right there and then. This is not a Karen moment, okay? We know what a Karen moment is. This ain't that. When I reached out to the gentleman in regards to an interview, and I really wanted to have a conversation, I said, like, yo, what happened? How did this happen? What took place? How did we get to this point? Okay, we get it. Something happened. You're being accused. You record, but once you see someone is slippering and going down, you want to stop it, right? You want to, oh, whoa, let me stop. You don't want to record someone's, downfall, misery, mental breakdown. At some point, you have to be compassionate to what's going on. The guy agreed to the interview. And then he says he wanted to be paid. This is the message he sent to me. Okay. I mean, now I have to ask about his motives recording all these videos.
Right.
So and listen.
Because clearly it wasn't for his safety.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm done waiting to find out, so I'm gonna go find out. So let's go find out.
Guy set up the camera.
Hey. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
I have this cool scar.
Oh, let me see it.
That, to me, that's all for show.
Showed up, set the camera up before knocked on the door. I mean, if you're really compassionate and really concerned, you're not recording the conversation.
And not about going viral or giving people updates on other people's issues. Here's my thing, okay? For one, he knew these people well enough for these people to allow him to use their Wi-Fi.
Well, how did I know you weren't going to go there with that?
Oh, I'm telling you, like,
Let me ask
he
you.
knew her.
Let me ask you this. Put on your law enforcement hat for a minute, right? We understand that her behavior probably, take away from what's really going on. What if he really did go into this woman's apartment and if he went up there to use the Wi-Fi and she assuming that he came in and he took documents, there really would no investigation in regards to the documents, right? She's just making this allegation. Right. But what if he really did? And we just saying, what if, right? Is she really gonna, do people really act up like that without any, because listen, in order to tell a lie, you have to know some truth, right?
Well, and not unless it is strictly a mental breakdown. Or psychosis.
We're saying mental breakdown, right? Right? That's what we're saying. But I am just saying, if you are comfortable to get the Wi-Fi password,
you're comfortable enough to go inside their house.
Right. So I'm just asking, we don't know if he did or not. It just,
right.
Speculating. Right. But I'm saying, can there be any truth to what she's saying? Even just a little bit.
I mean, honestly, it very well could be.
But I want to take things on a lighter note, right? And I got to bring you back for this, but I'm just going to ask you this question. We see all these videos on TikTok. I'm sure you've seen them, where people come up to you with their camera phone in your face. Officer Nick, what's your badge number? What are you doing? Do you get annoyed at those videos?
I don't, honestly, because it's only happened to me a couple of times. But again, it's the okay. Here's the situation: is that if you go in to these calls with level-headedness, respect, I'm going to treat you like an individual. I'm not going to treat you any different than what I would treat my mom, my dad, my spouse, my kids, whatever. I'm going to treat you, we're going to be on the same level. And I tend to see that that's the easiest approach, as to keep things here in a happy medium so that the situation is not escalating. And I'm very good with getting a situation that's way up here to come down.